If there were a medicine that could cure regret, I'd be the first in line. After the divorce, regret swallowed me whole. My life felt like it had collapsed, and for a long time I didn't know how to take the next step. Some mornings I could barely pull myself out of bed. I kept asking myself, how did I let things get this far? The truth is, no such medicine exists. So I had no choice but to sit with this heaviness, with this version of myself I didn't know how to accept. Every year, right after the college entrance exams, the divorce rate rises sharply. Many couples try to hold things together for their children until the exams are over. And once that moment passes, they finally file for divorce. What many people don't expect is the wave of regret that follows. I felt it too. But my ex-husband doesn't want to remarry, and that chapter is closed. If there's one thing my experience taught me, it's this: ending a marriage is a decision that deserves deep thought, because many people later wish they had taken more time. I used to think I had married the wrong man. I focused on every flaw he had, tried to shape him into someone he wasn't, and rarely stopped to look honestly at myself. I thought someone else would make me happier. But the relationship I entered afterward brought even more challenges: financial pressure, emotional strain, even fear. Then one day, I watched a video my son sent me, and the regret hit like a wave. I finally understood that children often carry the greatest burden after a divorce. That was the moment I wanted to rebuild our family. But my ex-husband chose to move on. If we had stayed together, at the very least, my child would still have a complete home. And despite everything, his father truly loved him. In China, divorce has been rising for 16 consecutive years. Second and even third marriages are becoming more common. In 2024, about 3.5 million couples divorced, while just over 6 million got married. Marriage numbers continue to fall. Statistics show that most filings, roughly 70%, are initiated by women. Many later say they wish they had taken more time before making the decision. One story involved a 30-year-old woman married to a doctor for 3 years. He was kind, educated, and steady. But after their child was born, the dynamics changed. She felt overwhelmed and dissatisfied, especially with their finances. Hoping to pressure him, she threatened divorce. She even gave up custody, expecting he would beg her to come back. When the Civil Affairs Bureau declined their first filing, he asked her to take care of the baby for 2 more months. She refused. And the moment she turned away, the regret began, but by then the damage was done. After years of speaking with families, I've learned that many divorces begin with frustration, stress, or unmet expectations. Unless there is a serious problem, such as abuse or a partner refusing to share responsibility, most experts suggest slowing down and seeking help before making a life-changing decision. Why does this pattern repeat? In many cases, people focus on everything their spouse lacks. They feel stuck, overwhelmed by chores, or discouraged by financial pressure. Sometimes friends unintentionally fuel that frustration. Sometimes envy or comparison leads people to believe the grass will be greener elsewhere. But after divorce, the reality is often complex. Some choose to stay single and raise their children alone. That path takes strength, balancing work, childcare, and life's unexpected challenges without a partner to lean on. Others choose to remarry, only to discover that blending 2 families brings its own difficulties. Financial responsibilities shift, expectations change, and past wounds surface. Many people look back and remember a moment when their spouse or their child begged them to stay. But at the time, they were too hurt or too angry to hear it. Later, when they want to return, the door isn't always open. That's why I encourage anyone considering divorce to slow down. Don't let a moment of anger determine the next decade of your life. There is no cure for regret. Not long ago in Shandong, a woman stood outside her ex-husband's office with a sign asking for another chance so their child could have a complete home. She waited in the heat for hours. He never came down. People often say second marriages are harder. I didn't believe it at first. I thought I had found the right person. But today, as my husband returned to his hometown and my child cried non-stop, reality hit me hard. I can't abandon my child, so all I can do is keep going. Experts say China's economic slowdown has made it difficult for many families to rely on a single income. Women often shoulder a double burden, working outside the home while also caring for the household. Over time, this pressure can build into conflict. And because women today are more financially independent, they may feel more able to leave an unhappy marriage. But life after divorce can also bring new stress, which is why many later reconsider their decision. One lawyer explained it simply: expectations inside a marriage haven't evolved as quickly as society has. Many men still assume women will handle most domestic work after having children. But women today have careers, incomes, and independence. More women than ever are buying homes and cars on their own. The traditional model has shifted. With financial independence comes the ability to walk away from relationships where they don't feel valued. But even then, divorce often brings its own challenges. Another factor is the rise of simplified, inspirational quotes online. Messages that sound empowering but sometimes distort how relationships actually work. Sayings like, "A home is for love, not logic," ignore the fact that healthy relationships require both emotion and communication. Or the idea that a man who loves you will treat you like a daughter. Love between partners isn't the same as parent-child love. It requires mutual respect and shared responsibility. And the message, "If he doesn't spend money on you, he doesn't love you," reduces love to a transaction. Yes, partners should support each other, but no one should be measured solely by their wallet.
Another topic people discuss is infidelity. It's painful, and it destroys trust. But online conversations often twist the narrative, portraying the person who cheated as the victim and the other partner as the one to blame. That kind of thinking spreads confusion and resentment. The blogger I watched said what troubled him most was how easily misleading ideas spread online, while more honest voices are often ignored. In traditional Chinese culture, marriage emphasized responsibility, harmony, and mutual respect. Over time, social and economic changes reshaped those values. Some regions still maintain strong traditions, and their divorce rates remain low. Places like Tibet, Gizfu, Fujian, Gansu, and Shanghai tend to have more stable family structure. Tibet, for example, has very low divorce rates. Family traditions, community involvement, and cultural expectations mean couples often work harder to resolve conflict before separating. Strong family ties and shared daily responsibilities encourage partners to support each other. At the end of the day, lasting love isn't genuine about perfection. Anyone can love when everything feels easy. True love is choosing to stay kind and patient even when life gets messy, even when the other person isn't genuine at their best. To love in that way, we need a generous heart. We all hope to be forgiven when we make mistakes. So we must also learn to forgive, to accept imperfections, and to meet each other halfway.